and 2 years free financing store-wide. The Mission Renovation Savings Event is going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Everyone knows that when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
Iron Horse Golf Course in Tuscola. Enjoy the new summer special on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. as you say the secret code Radio Rocks to get a $35 round, including your cart. Check out all the improvements at Iron Horse Golf Course in Tuscola, a great event space for receptions, reunions, and parties. Free carts on Mondays. 2000 Iron Horse Drive in Tuscola. Call the Pro Shop for details. 217-253-6644.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
This is Freddie and Harry.
It's a Praise Thursday afternoon cool edition of Freddie and Harry. Thank you very much. He's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. The best show on your radio is definitely right here. Presented by Progressive Insurance on the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80, as well as tune in. Do not forget to tell that smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. SEC Media Days finally concluding today, and they say the big boys to get all the big noise for last. Lane Kiffin of LSU and Arch Manning, the quarterback, and Steve Sarkisian, the head coach of the University of Texas. Steve Sarkisian said this about Arch Manning from last year. I think the way of what he got put through probably would have melted or destroyed 99% of people in his shoes. That's what he saw from Arch Manning last year. Sark, what about this year?
A year ago, going into the season, Arch Manning wasn't on social media saying, I'm going to be the first pick of the draft. Right. He wasn't on social media saying, I'm going to win the Heisman Trophy. He just worked really hard, and he was a really good teammate. And then when we had some struggles as a team, and he had some struggles, everybody almost like they wanted to blame him for not playing good because he didn't fulfill their prophecies of what he was supposed to be. But that didn't change him. All he continued to do was work hard, be a great teammate. I thought his teammates did a great job of supporting him. And when he got on the other side of that adversity and he played great the second half of the season for us, he didn't go on social media and say, see, I told you so, see, I told you so, and he hasn't done that all offseason. All he's continued to do is work really hard, be a great teammate. I think he's evolved to become a better leader than he was at this time last year, but that's what you love about him. He's a real guy. He never plays blame. He never say, I told you so. He just works hard, and we're fortunate to have him.
I firmly believe Arch Manning is not the quarterback facing more pressure to win this season than any quarterback in college football. I believe he's the player facing more pressure to win than anybody in college football. When you have that name of Manning, when you're at that school called the University of Texas, you put those two components together, and many people looking at you thinking, yeah, you should have gotten in last year, but you didn't. You had a chance to really jump out quickly early, but you lose to Ohio State. The moment was too big for everybody, not just him. There's no doubt in my mind, HD, he is that player facing more pressure to win than anybody, any coach, any player in college football this season. That person's Arch Manning, the quarterback of Texas.
Yeah, Freddie, I wouldn't fight against you with that statement. And like you mentioned, when you have the last name Manning, it's going to carry a lot of weight. What your uncles, Eli and Peyton, was able to do not only at the collegiate level, but also in the National Football League, and then your grandfather being Archie Manning, like that tells you everything that you need to know. But I love the way that he's handled everything up until this point. And for Steve Sarkisian as a play caller, as an offensive mind, I thought he didn't do Arch Manning any justice early on last season, because everything that they were trying to do was deep down the field, deep. But as the season went on, Arch started to get the football out of his hands a lot quicker. He does need to clean up the footwork a little bit more as well. So going into this season, that's one of the things early on that I'm going to be looking at is the footwork, marrying with his shoulders, and also where he wants to throw the football and where he's looking or where he's looking off in the whole nine. But he has the intangibles to be a damn good quarterback at this level, and we've seen it. Look at the game versus Texas Tech. I mean, not Texas Tech, Texas A&M, towards the end of the season, where he was just outstanding. So you've seen the growth process within 2025, and it's okay to have, those growth spurts. It's okay to not be Mr. All Everything. But what you do need to show for 2026 is that you took all of it with a grain of salt. You've been able to work on your game this offseason so you can be a better version of yourself. Because when you look at this Texas roster, it is. I would say national championship or bust, in my opinion. You look at what has acquired over the last few years at Texas. I'll take you all the way back to 2023. Yeah, they were in the playoffs. They lost in the semifinals to Washington. 2024, they lost in the semifinals to Ohio State. They missed it, closely last season. So the expectation is definitely going to be there, not just for Arch Manning, but also for the university and especially their head coach and Steve Sarkisian.
You look at his numbers last year, 3,163 yards passing, 61.4% completions, 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You attach that to anybody else, we're talking about a Heisman Trophy contender. And a lot of people are like, yeah, he could have been better when it comes to Arch Manning. Both of those can be true, especially when you have that kind of talent that he has and the numbers that we saw he was able to put up. The more and more, not only he got comfortable with the offense, but also comfortable in his own skin in the moment. And I think we saw that as it really came to a hilt against Texas A&M, because we hadn't seen that against Ohio State. We didn't see that earlier in the year when it comes to Arch Manning. And I think if he's able to wrap his head around that and say, you know what, the moment is right for me. I'm right for this moment. You're going to have more games where we saw against Texas A&M, what you saw against Michigan in the Citrus Bowl, in which he goes 21-34 for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And this way you avoid what we saw against Georgia. When they lost 35-10, he was 27-43, but he threw a pick that really turned that whole game around in the first half against Georgia. He got used to being comfortable in his own skin in that moment. And if that's going to be the case, since we saw it after the Georgia loss, then maybe, just maybe, it could be championship, or at least close to a championship, and not bust for a very talented Texas team.
And I think the main thing for Arch Manning is making sure when these big games arise, like you're at the top of your game. We mentioned the one versus Ohio State on the road, which would have been a tough environment for anyone making their first start. And they only lost 14-7, but it was just some completions that we thought he should have completed that ended up being incompletions, right? He only completed 56.7% of his passes. And then on the road at the University of Florida, all these losses that they had came on the road. And to be able to be in a situation where you can play for an SEC championship and make the college football playoffs, you're not going to be able to just say, hey, we won all the big ones at home. You have to be able to win the big ones on the road. And the 3 losses at Georgia, in Athens, at the University of Florida, in Gainesville, at Ohio State, at the Shoe. You have to be your best in these big moments at home, but also on the road. But I'm interested to see, what he's going to be at that position this season, because they damn sure have some players around him.
A lot of their bigger games are away from Austin. After they play Ohio State the second week of the season, they're at Tennessee the last weekend in September. Then Oklahoma, they play that game, of course, in the Cotton Bowl each and every year. Then they're also at LSU November 14th, and then at Texas A&M November 27th. A lot of their tough games are going to be away from the Plains when it comes to Austin, Texas. But Arch Manning, you can hear for yourself. He's learned a lot. He can ready to show everybody how that's going to pay off this year, and it did not pay off the way he wanted to last year.
Just having more experience under my belt. Obviously going through some rough games, some good games, and just getting those experiences and moving forward. And we're just taking it one day at a time right now, but we're excited for this team and this year. I learned a lot. I learned that I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to keep going and keep chopping wood and getting better every day. That's all you really can do. And I was blessed to have good coaches and my teammates supporting me through the rough times, and glad we got through them. And we're just taking it day by day now.
I go back to the second part of that when he said, I learned not to give up. I wonder when that happened and how he had to overcome it. That was pretty transparent when he said, I learned not to give up. Not saying maybe he had a moment of, wow, maybe I'm not cut out for this. We all have that where we question ourselves, where we wonder, okay, are we going to do this? Am I going to do this? But I thought that was pretty transparent when he said, I learned not to give up. That's something that when I heard that, I said, boy, no one prompted him to say that. He put it out there maybe to say, yeah, I'm going to be a different dude this year because I could have given up last year and I didn't. And I stayed true to myself and I stayed true to this program.
I would guess those moments came early on last season, the loss versus Ohio State and how it sounded, the outside noise. But we know he is well-rounded and surrounded by outstanding people to help him through that process. And then that one on the road versus the University of Florida where no one thought they were going to lose that ball game, that's where you really start to question yourself a little bit. But at the same time, when you have people that have been there and done it and can support you in a massive way to let you know, no, you are good enough to play in this league. And then you have a coach in Steve Sarkisian, because like I mentioned, Freddie, there were things that he had to do differently as a play caller as well, too, to really help his young quarterback. So, you know, for Arch, he's going to be good. He's going to be good, in my opinion. And, you know, you look at the transfers they had come in, 2 running backs, Hollywood Smothers, who comes over from NC State, Raleek Brown, who is a lightning rod in the bottle. He can be a massive upgrade, not just in the run game, but also in the pass game. Cam Coleman, who's going to be a top 10, top 15 pick in the 2027 NFL draft. You got some playmakers around you. Ryan Wingo, that's coming back, that was just outstanding a season ago with over 800 yards receiving, I think 4 to 5 touchdowns. He might have the best 1-2 punch at wide receiver in all of college football with those 2 guys that I just mentioned. So it's all about going out there and being consistent and also understanding this. And this is one of the hardest things for young quarterbacks to really understand when they get that opportunity to start and be out there a lot. Never get tired of making deposits. That's what Tom Brady made a living off of. Teddy Bridgewater, when he was playing at a high level, he did a great job of too. Drew Brees as well. You know, when it's not there, you don't always have to hit the home run.
Sure.
It's okay to hit that single, hit that double. Take what the defense is giving you and live to play another down. Because a positive play is better than a negative play. 2nd and 10, you don't want. 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, you want to live in those situations all day, every day.
I think going into this season, they're the second best team in the SEC. I got Georgia 1. I got Texas 2. Those are the top 2. The gap is definitely very, very minuscule compared to everybody else. I think that's how deep this conference is going to be in the Southeastern Conference. But if you're Texas, you got to have those moments when you're playing a top-flight opponent and it's not 34 or 31 like you beat Vanderbilt. You have to find a way that you put your imprint on that game early and you kick behind and take names, because I saw Georgia do that to you. Hell, I saw Florida do that to you. I know they won by 8. That game wasn't as close, an 8-point game. I can tell you right now. Watch that game from start to finish. Florida kicked their behind up and down the swamp that day. If you're Texas, when are you going to be doing the butt kicking when you go up against a quality opponent or somebody you know you're supposed to beat? The Texas A&M game, they won by double digits. That was still a close football game. If you're Texas, if you're serious about being a national championship contender, if you're Arch Manning and you learn lessons from last year, when you go out there, you're going to be those dudes. Act like dudes. Kick behind like dudes. Ohio State not kicking their behind. But don't be overwhelmed by the moment like we saw early on in that game, and then losses to Florida and Georgia after that if you're University of Texas.
Well, Freddie, we talk about the 3 losses that happened on the road. I want to talk about the other games that they had on the road as well. when you look at the game versus the University of Kentucky, where you had to go in overtime and you won that one 16-13. You're at Mississippi State and you're in a shootout and you win that one 45-38. So I think the moral of the story here when it comes to Texas, yes, you can be phenomenal at home, but you just don't want that to be your MO. You want to be phenomenal across the board, whether you're at home or on the road, because I won't say they lucked out, because you do have to win those games on the road. They could have easily lost to Kentucky. They could have easily lost to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So you just want to be better across the board, at home and away, when you're playing these games.
That is the voice of Harry Douglas and Freddie Coleman together. It's the Afternoon Cool Praise Thursday edition, known as Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80. Let's talk to a man who played for the University of Texas and also played in the National Football League. Does a great job as an ESPN football analyst. He is Sam Acho. Hit him on the socials at the Sam Acho. Sam, I'm going to start right there with Arch Manning, the quarterback. I believe there's not a quarterback or player facing more pressure to win this season in college football. Sam, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's a player, but I will say the team. I think the team has a lot of, I would say, external pressure, but it's mainly expectations. I'm at SEC Media Day right now. I'm actually a few feet away from Colin Simmons, a star edge rusher. I just had a conversation with Arch Manning not too long ago. The expectations are high for this team based off of the talent on the offense, the talent and the coaching on the defense, and based off of the experience that Steve Sarkisian has. But I think the maturity of this team is they're not putting all that pressure on Arch, right? They're understanding that they have to do their part defensively. Like, well, Muschamp, I mean, he was my DC when I played. Like, that defense is going to be rocking. He was a DC in Georgia for pretty much co-DC for 3 years. All those years, 22, 23, 24, they sent in 7 first-round picks on defense to the NFL. Right, and so the standard is increased, and so I don't see it as a pressure on Arch, but I do think the expectations on the team are high and should be, rightfully so.
I think Steve Sarkisian did a great job after that second loss versus the University of Florida, realizing that he had to be a part of the equation from a play calling standpoint. Everything that they did early on last year was deep, Arch holding the football, looking for the home run. He understood that I need to help my quarterback. I need to get the football out of his hands a little bit quicker and more, and allow these playmakers to make their hay. Is that something you think will carry over for 2026 as they enter the season?
It will, but that's not the bigger story is the defense, or it should be. It should be Will Muschamp and his impact on the defense. We know that the offense is going to be effective. I believe that because Steve Sarkisian's a play caller. Offensive line's gotten better. Trevor Gooseby, left tackle, probably going to be a top 10 pick this year. Kyle Flood is coaching the offensive line. I know they've had their struggles versus Georgia in the past, but I think they're better this year. Added Cam Coleman out of the transfer portal. You talk to some of the guys on the team, they say, man, he was worth every penny. But the real story for this team and how far they're going to go will be and should be their defense, because offense can have bad days. But as you know, Harry, you played it at a high level. People say that defense travels, right? Well, I used to play when I was Vic Fangio, our defensive coordinator in Chicago. Anytime we'd go have a meeting the night before the game, or before we went to go to the game, he would say, hey, man, pack the defense, right? When you're going home and packing your bag before you get on this plane, make sure we're packing the defense too, because defense travels. As I mentioned with Colin Simmons, he's actually part of the reason I'm here is I'm here with the All-State AFCA Good Works team. And Colin Simmons led the SEC in sacks last year with 12. Going to be a top 10, maybe top first round pick. He is a dominant football player, but it's the leadership and the human, I think, that matters more. Will Muschamp's going to be coaching him. Simmons is a he started a nonprofit called Clay's Color Crew. His younger brother Clayton has autism, right? Talk about humanizing players, right? So this guy who's a beast on the field is like, yeah, I do it for my teammates, but also I do it for the name on the back of my jersey too, for my family, for Clayton, right? And so he's actually started a 501c3, spreading awareness, and has been nominated. There's been the nominee for this All-State Wolfle Trophy and All-State AFCA Good Works team, and he is the leader of the team, in my opinion. And ask guys on the team, and so pressure on Arch, sure, but a guy like that is going to say, "Nah, man, deflect it, put it on me." He did it last year. Remember, everybody's trying to, talk about Arch this, Arch that. He's like, "Nah, man, it's a team." Right? Cut all that out. Hey, remember, oh man, you almost lost. There was that combo last year too. And he was the one sitting on the podium, him and Michael Taft, like, bro, we won. I know they're supposed to win by
Cardinals are back home after a tough road trip, but a win yesterday. That's all that really matters here at the moment. And they've got a standalone game today against the Arizona Diamondbacks. These two teams are playing a makeup game due to a game that was postponed due to weather back on June 25th. Welcome into St. Louis Cardinals baseball. It is a Cardinals happy hour, by the way. If you're in the neighborhood, or you don't have to be that close, you've got some time before first pitch, about a little bit less than an hour or so. We got $5 tickets, $5 beer, $5 hot dogs. This is the way to do a happy hour at Busch Stadium as the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks do get going at 4:15 this afternoon, and we would love to see you out here at the ballpark. Cardinals are coming off a 1-0 win against the Angels yesterday to wrap up the road trip. And before we start talking about today's game, let's relive yesterday's game with today's replay.
We have another strikeout.
And that was a sweeper from Hunter Dobbins, and he got him on 3 pitches. That was nasty. And Neto strikes out for the 140th time. That delivery to him is a swing and a miss. And Dobbins looks pretty solid here in the early going. 4 up, 4 down. There's a pitch that's swung on and missed. Got him with the sweeper, and that's 3 strikeouts to the first 5 batters. So really good start for Hunter Dobbins. The ground ball is caught by Burleson on the backhand. That was headed towards the right field corner if he doesn't make that play, but he does.
Juan Grissom waits on the next pitch, swing and a miss, and down on strikes he goes. So Hunter Dobbins pitches out of a mini jam. Now comes to the plate. There's a pop-up. It's in foul territory. Here comes Blaze Jordan. Does he have room? Yes! Good play by Blaze Jordan as he reached into the dugout of the Angels to record the final out. That's a heck of a play by Blaze Jordan.
There's a hard hit ball and caught by Burley. He steps on the bag. That was going into the right field corner. Burley jumped up and caught it and was able to get to the bag before Trout. An inning-ending line out into a double play. Well done, Alec Burleson. The wind and the pitch. That's hit hard to center field. That's going to back up Trout. It's over his head, and it's over the wall. A big fly for J.J. Weatherholt. Straightaway center field. His 15th of the year. The Cardinals strike first. Here in the 6th inning, it's 1-0 Redbird.
Another pitch is grounded to Weatherholt. Over the second for 1. Can they turn 2? Yes, they do.
The 1-2 pitch, a sweeper swing and a miss. He struck him out. Really pulled the string on that. 3 strikeouts for Grissom and a good start for Riley O'Brien. Set at the belt and the pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. O'Brien comes up big with the sweeper and strikes out Peraza. 1-2 the count. Low at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. He struck him out. Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning. Comes up big for the Cardinals. What a game for St. Louis on the pitching side as they pitch a shutout here in Anaheim and win this one 1-0.
And that does bring us to this afternoon's game as the Cardinals and Diamondbacks match up, a game that has playoff implications for sure. If the season were to end right now, the Diamondbacks would be the final playoff team in the National League. They are currently holding that final wild card spot, while the Cardinals are in a virtual tie with the Pittsburgh Pirates, sitting just a half game back. So the Cardinals, with a win today, could leapfrog back over the Diamondbacks and into that playoff spot. Pitching matchup for this one today, the Cardinals will have Michael McGreevy on the mound. Right-hander is 4-7 with a 2.92 ERA. McGreevy has posted a 1.46 ERA over his last 4 starts, and he has completed at least 6 innings in each of those outings. He faced off against Arizona on Friday, gave up just 2 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits across 6 1/3 innings, striking out 5, walking 1 in what turned into a no decision for McGreevy. The Cardinals did win that game by a 5-4 score. That is his only career appearance against Arizona. Brandon Pfaadt going to be on the mound for the Diamondbacks today. He's a right-hander who enters with a 4-1 record, a 4.58 ERA, looking for his 5th win in as many starts and his 2nd against St. Louis in less than a week. Last time out, he continued an impressive run that he's been on, throwing 5 1/3 innings of 2 runs, 6 hit ball, striking out 3 in a 5-3 win against the Cardinals this past Saturday. He began the season being demoted to the bullpen, but he's back in the rotation, and over his last 4 starts since rejoining the rotation on June 30th, he is 4-0 with a 2.14 ERA. Career numbers against the Cardinals, a 2-0 record and a 3.99 ERA over 5 career starts. The voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, is back with us. He is going to be joined on the broadcast by Ricky Horta and Mike Claiborne. My name is Matt Pauley. We are all coming your way from Busch Stadium. It's the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks. Cardinals are opening up a week-long homestand. They'll see another couple teams come in over the next week or so. Tomorrow, they are going to begin a series against the Cincinnati Reds, and then the Cubs are also going to be part of this homestand as well. Lots going on during the week. We would love to see you out here. And again, today is a Busch Stadium happy hour with $5 tickets, $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, and we'd love to see you out here this afternoon. Leave work a little early. If you're at work right now, just get on out of there, come on over to Busch Stadium, and enjoy yourself some Cardinals baseball. We got a lot coming up on this edition of Ameren Total Access, including a conversation with Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol. You'll hear that next. This is Ameren Total Access. Cardinals Diamondbacks this afternoon from Busch Stadium on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
I love our morning routine until the water turns cold.
Maybe the water heater's not a morning person.
Upgrade your mornings with a tankless water heater from Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Enjoy hot water when you need it, not just when your tank allows it. Renai tankless systems are energy smart, space-saving, and designed for real life. Call Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and make cold showers a thing of the past.
I'm Troy Lands, and you count on my company because you can count on me.
Hey golf cart shoppers, tired of the same old golf cart shopping experience? Come over to Midwest Carts in Tuscola, Illinois, where customers rave about unbeatable pricing, massive selection, and full service done right. As the largest Denago golf cart dealer in Illinois, they've got premium new models plus 20 to 30 quality used carts ready to roll at any time. And the best part? Free delivery on new carts anywhere in Illinois or Indiana. Midwest Carts, Tuscola, Illinois. Find them at mwcarts.com.
Pia Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat-screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's, open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Well, Oliver Marmol, what a fun way to end the road trip. Hunter Dobbins gave you everything you were hoping for, including 6 innings of very good baseball.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He really did. He competed well, got ahead of guys, even when he fell behind, did a really nice job of getting back in accounts, made pitches, expanded when he got to that 2-strike count, made them chase some, punched out some guys, but overall did a really nice job.
The defense on the corners was terrific yesterday. The foul ball that we saw with Blaze Jordan, and I was giving Burley some grief. I said, you hit a couple of look what I found, just found your glove. I mean, but those were key plays in the game.
Absolutely. If it was any different, those balls are down the line, and those are some runs coming in there, so it changed the game and being able to be positioned there based on the runner.
When you saw J.J. Weatherholt for the first time, did you think he would have such good opposite field power?
Yeah, that's something we knew that he had in the bag for sure. Even when you think of the first home run he hit in spring, it was that way. But this is something that's part of his game. He's committed to it, and that's what makes him a well-rounded hitter.
All right, we have Arizona for the final time this year, the makeup game. You've changed some things up lineup-wise.
Yeah, just giving Herrera after the travel to the West Coast, getting in late last night, and then having a 4 o'clock start, giving him the day off, which puts Walker in the 2.
Yeah, and the fact that he really was the only guy of the All-Stars that didn't have a designated day off after the All-Star game itself.
Yeah, but he's been in the DH, no different than what we did with Walk. So this allows him a day of rest and then get back at it tomorrow.
Michael McGreevy goes for you today. He gives you a chance every time you go out there.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I mean, gives you a shot, gives you a really good look at it. He knows what gives him success, and he's committed to it.
All right, let's talk about your lineup without Ivan Herrera.
You got JJ leading off, Walker playing right, Burleson DH and Newport left, Wynn at short, Fermin at third, Church in center field, Blaze at first, and Crooks behind the plate.
Paez is available after yesterday.
Yeah, he's feeling much better today.
All right, let's go get this one and go home.
All right, let's do it.
Clave Zolli, appreciate that for sure. We'll take a break and we'll tell you what's going on across the Cardinals minor league system. That's up next as you are locked into Ameren Total Access on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Missouri is talking about getting kids off screens in the classroom. If your school is thinking about what that means for learning, here's something worth knowing. Sumner One can help you convert your black and white curriculum materials to full color at costs that actually fit a district budget. Color workbooks, color learning packets, color that holds a child's attention for the same price per page that schools are already paying for black and white. Sumner One. Learn more at sumner1.com/color for schools.
What is true masculinity? And does it mean standing up for your beliefs even when it's uncomfortable, or just going along with what others say? Vitae Foundation's research showed that when women find out they are unexpectedly pregnant and they share the news of their pregnancy, they are frustrated when men say, "I'll support you no matter what you choose." They want men to step forward as providers and protectors. It's time to empower men and women to choose life, to restore masculinity in our culture. Learn more at talkprolife.org.
Everyone knows that when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, Ellen Hook here, owner of your local Ashley. The summer savings event is on now at Ashley, and the more you spend, the more you save. For a limited time, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend throughout the store. That's right, spend $2,000, save $200. Spend $3,000, save $300. The savings keep adding up. Whether you're furnishing one room or your entire home, now is the perfect time to get the style, comfort, and quality you deserve for less. But hurry, the summer savings event ends August 3rd at Ashley, 602 West Anthony Drive.
Dia Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's, open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank, not a recording, answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwrite. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Cardinals and Diamondbacks coming up tonight in I should really say this afternoon, in a one-off game, a makeup game from an earlier postponement. Welcome back in as we continue on with Ameren Total Access Across the Cardinals minor league system, AAA Memphis, they are matched up against Durham tonight. Brant Thompson on the mound, 0-1, 5.64 ERA. Also, AA Springfield playing at Northwest Arkansas. High A Peoria home against West Michigan, and the Palm Beach Cardinals matched up against Tampa. The Cardinals also making a number of roster moves today across the minor league system. Of note, Ian Bedell, a former Mizzou product, he has been given his unconditional release, so we'll see what happens with him moving forward. Left-hand pitcher Eshawn Henderson, who's been on a rehab assignment from AAA, he had his rehab assignment transferred to Palm Beach. Brant Thompson, who we mentioned earlier, he was called up from AA Springfield to AAA Memphis, and outfitter Travis Honeyman at AA, he has been placed on the 7-day IL. Those are just some of the moves that have been made today across the Cardinals minor league system. Let's take a break, and when we return, we'll head upstairs to go inside the park. We're getting you all set for the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks this afternoon. You are locked into Ameren Total Access on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
1-2. And that's grounded up the middle. Diving play. Mason Wynn to his feet. He throws. He got him.
St. Louis. Summer baseball is on at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals host the Cincinnati Reds July 24th through the 26th for a weekend packed with Cardinals action and giveaways like the Victory Blue Jersey and Kids Fredbear hat. Round up your crew and enjoy 3 days of summer baseball and family fun. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
You know, with like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, you know, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, you know, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, you know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these Orange Comfort Clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. You know, truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
Hi, Mom. Just getting ready to board the plane. No, I'm out of Bloomington, Central Illinois Regional Airport. It's convenient, in and out, short lines, free parking. They fly Allegiant direct to Florida. No, I stopped at their Jetstream Cafe and Bar, got a fresh made smoothie and a burger, but the sandwiches and pizza looked really good. I'm set. I know, Mom. See you shortly. Can't wait to see you too.
Book low-fare Florida vacations on Allegiant at Sierra.com and give Mom a hug for me. Sierra.
Iron Horse Golf Course in Tuscola. Enjoy the new summer special on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. as you say the secret code Radio Rocks to get a $35 round, including your cart. Check out all the improvements at Iron Horse Golf Course in Tuscola, a great event space for receptions, reunions, and parties. Free carts on Mondays. 2000 Iron Horse Drive in Tuscola. Call the Pro Shop for details. 217-253-6644.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
We're inside the ballpark here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, along with the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, who is back with us, along with Ricky Horton, who is also with us. I'm Mike Claiborne. And we're not supposed to be here today.
We are.
But we are here today.
We knew we'd be somewhere, but we weren't sure where.
We didn't think we were going to be here,
I
but
feel
while
like we're still
here,
in Los Angeles.
You might as well go out and win this afternoon.
Well, exactly, 100%. And, you know, this is a interesting game for both teams I would say mentally, Claves, because the Cardinals got in last night, but of course no one worries too much about players having to make travel. But on the other side, that is a team that really is worried about the travel because they did not like the fact that the Cardinals didn't change the game time the last time we were here, which unfortunately led to a rain delay. I mean, you can't control the weather, of course, but they were frustrated by that. Now they have to fly in for a one-off. Much more difficult for a visiting team, I would say, to do that than a home team.
Yeah, because one of the things is, as a visiting team, how much do you unpack? Because you're moving on to Washington tomorrow or tonight.
No, it's a different. It's not the cadence that everybody's used to.
John Rooney, the Cardinals salvaged the last game of the road trip, and they did it in an impressive manner. The shutout, but also what Hunter Dobbins was able to give them is something they're going to maybe have to count on once or twice.
Well, he's still on the roster.
How about that?
That's the good news.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
They are a pitcher short because of that in the Cardinal bullpen, but what a difference JoJo Romero would have made, I'm sure, in 2 of those games on the road trip, but you have to play with what you have.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals came up short, giving away a game that they led 7-0 on Sunday, and then had a 1-run lead going to the 9th. The interesting thing about Riley O'Brien, though, in both of his outings in Anaheim, he struck out the leadoff batter.
Yeah.
He got Trout, the first batter, and then he got Grissom as the first batter yesterday, and then scuffled a little bit, losing the game on Monday, but saving the game yesterday. And I found that interesting, but I have been interested in how he's been able to rebound from thuds on the mound.
Isn't that, John, really true and claims true of this team in general? Just being able to kind of figure out a way after a bad moment or a bad maybe series of moments to come back and still be kind of normal. And, that takes a lot more intestinal fortitude than you can imagine, because you're just basically getting off the mat again and you get knocked out, but you get up and you take more punishment, and then you start swinging yourself. That's kind of the way this team is.
They don't stay on the canvas long.
No, they don't.
For sure.
They don't.
And the other thing is, when you're a veteran and those sort of things happen, you just you turn the page, don't worry about it, you have a short memory. But a young player, you have to wonder, when do they let it go and move on to page 2 of what the schedule looks like. And that's something we're seeing with this team, where they're very resilient. They showed up yesterday ready to play. They only needed the 1 run. The defense and the pitching took care of everything else. And this will be an interesting game, considering how the Cardinals lost 2 of those 3 games in Arizona.
Well, I like the fact that Michael McGreevy's going this game. He was actually flown out 2 days prior after the night game, so he wasn't even in L.A. for that last day. And that's, of course, every team does that. But you've got a guy that's going to be ready to go. I think if any pitcher in this Cardinal staff can kind of be ready to go, it's Michael McGreevy. So I think he's going to be a difference maker today.
And we're seeing these pitchers for the second time now.
Yeah.
In a very short period of time.
They didn't beat McGreevy. McGreevy didn't beat them, even though he pitched well enough to have a win. Fought, had 5 really good innings. The Cardinals started getting to him, so he had 5 1/3 all told. And he's won his last 4 starts since coming back from the minor leagues. So it will be interesting to see how the Cardinals attack him the second time around.
Guys, we've been talking about the bottom of the lineup needs to produce. We've had that mantra for a while, only because the top of the lineup was doing it day after day after day after day, but they have not been great since the All-Star break. And honestly, it's got to be Weatherholt, Herrera, who's not playing today, and Walker and Burley. They still have to be the thump. Others have to contribute. But if your top of the lineup isn't producing, it's tough to get a big number on the board.
Hey, Ricky, it's happy hour today.
I did hear. We were talking about that.
I just want to let you know and all of our listeners know that
you just made my day.
Just
Claves.
come on down for $5. You'd be amazed at what you'll be able to get here at the ballpark this afternoon as the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks take each other on a little after 4 this afternoon. For Ricky Horton and the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, I'm Mike Claiborne, and we are inside the ballpark at Busch Stadium.
Fellas, thank you. Inside the Park is sponsored by Central Bank, your hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Blaze Jordan. Jordan made a heck of a defensive play yesterday that really was a key moment in the game. He's also been swinging a hot bat since coming back from the All-Star break. Claves has a conversation with the Cardinals' generally third baseman, plays a little first base as well. That's coming up in just a moment here on Ameren Total Access on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Join us for a fantastical journey at St. Louis Union Station. Board the St. Louis Wheel soaring 200 feet into the air all year round. The St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station lets you explore the world's great waterways and over 10,000 amazing creatures. Swing from the ropes course high over the aquarium and get lost in our mirror maze. It's all here at St. Louis Union Station, where the journey is like no other. Create your new memories at stlouisunionstation.com.
If you work in the automotive industry, you know time and trust are everything. Miss one electrical issue and suddenly you're dealing with comebacks, delays, and unhappy customers. That's why Napa puts such a big emphasis on electrical testing. And that's just the start. Napa also delivers the parts, tools, and expertise to help you catch problems early before they turn into breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your base moving and your business running strong. That's Napa Know-How.
Everyone knows when you turn the key and the car won't run? Call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. But did you also know that if you don't have a key and you need it to run, call 367-9481. PDR now performs key cutting with programming. PDR also performs module cloning. Cloning makes that module plug and play, in many cases allowing you to utilize a used module where a new module is no longer available or very expensive. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, this is Michelle Lake with the Philo Exchange Bank. At Philo Exchange Bank, we believe that banking should feel personal. Whether you bank online or stop in to see our friendly team, we're here to support your financial goals every step of the way. Visit us at any one of our locations in Philo, St. Joseph, Allerton, Broadlands, or our newest branch in Tolono.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Update your flooring and furniture while saving some serious money at Carpet Weaver's Mission Renovation Savings Event. First, get an instant $100 off every $1,000 you spend on flooring. Then get a $50 labor credit with every 100 square feet of flooring you purchase. Plus, get up to a $1,000 rebate on Pergo floors. And 2 years free financing store-wide. The Mission Renovation Savings Event is going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Hey, it's Kurt with Lands Heating and Cooling. When you need a new heating and cooling system, Lands makes it easy. We measure your home, we check your ductwork, and we match you with a quiet, efficient, trained system. With Lands, you get the right system at the right price with the right installation. If your system's aging, now's the smart time to choose a high-efficiency trained heat pump and furnace. Schedule a no-pressure, in-home consultation at landsinc.com. And remember, it's hard to stop a train.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Well, Blaze Jordan is playing as good at third base as anyone right now, and I just want to compliment you on the way we watched you really grow at that position, a position you didn't play a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I grew up as a kid playing third, and came up in the minor leagues playing third and first, and it was one of those things I was super comfortable at both, and now that I'm playing there basically every day, I'm getting super comfortable over there, and working with Stubby each and every day, it's been good. So,
what is Stubby doing differently for you to help you grow?
I would have to say just really breaking it down, watching some video, making sure I'm on time with my pre-pitch, and, just being focused on every single pitch day in and day out. And, just mainly just being on time on everything. So
it's always interesting to see a guy who goes into a ballpark for the first time and how they deal with foul territory or the warning track. That foul ball you caught yesterday was a real difference maker. What was going through your mind as far as space was concerned?
The biggest thing, luckily was hanging in there for a while, so I kind of had an idea where I was and how close I was to the dugout. And my whole thought process was, if I had to go in the dugout, I'm gonna go in the dugout, dive in there, whatever I can to get that out for Dobbins, because he was on a really good game yesterday. So I was just trying everything I can do to help him out there. So
yeah, between you and Burley, you guys really were great at the corners yesterday, and it seems like everybody's feeding off each other defensively again.
Oh, 100%. I feel like that's what we do well out here. We're all feeding off each other, we're all pulling for each other. year, and it's just been a real blast so far. And I feel like that's what makes our team fun. We're going out each and every day, doing whatever we can do to help the ball team win, and it's been really good so far.
One of the things you sat and watched for a little bit, it seems like you have a different approach offensively now, where you're putting it in play, not on the ground as much.
Yeah, I've been working on the cage a lot with Brownie and Case and BA and all of them, and it's been really good. Just putting in the work, watching some video, and seeing where I was going wrong when I was hitting a lot of balls on the ground, and still work in progress, and but I feel like it's trending in the right direction, and I feel like it's gonna be going good here real soon. So
well, it's fun to watch you play. Keep it up.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, very good. Good to hear from Mike Claiborne and Blaze Jordan there as you are listening to Ameren Total Access. Cardinals and Diamondbacks coming your way. One name not in the lineup today, Ivan Herrera. For the first time all season, Herrera is not in the starting lineup. We talked to him about it. You'll hear that in just a moment. This is Ameren Total Access on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
World class. At Shriners Children's, we're the largest network of pediatric orthopedic specialists in America, with access to the best doctors and procedures for everything from common to complex conditions. We're doing things no one else does, like leading today's research to shape tomorrow's care, redefining what kids needing care can do, and providing a world-class standard of care for empowering the extraordinary. The most amazing care anywhere begins at shrinerschildrens.org.
Hey Cardinals fans, Victor Scott II here. I've teamed up with Ameren to share some key electrical safety tips to protect your home team. Start by installing GFCI outlets in kitchens and bathrooms. They're like your home's gold glove defenders, stopping electrical hazards before they happen. Next, make sure your plugs fit snugly in their outlets, and don't forget to child-proof your outlets to keep your youngest players out of harm's way. For more ways to stay safe at home, visit ameren.com/safety.
With like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that.
yeah.
And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these orange comfort clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. Truth is in seeing it.
Yeah.
We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out. I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank. Not a recording answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwrite. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
Pia's Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's, open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Continuing to get you set for the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks, a one-off game today. It is happy hour at Busch Stadium. First pitch at 4:15, so we're just over 20 minutes away. $5 tickets are available, $5 beers throughout the game, $5 hot dogs. If you're looking for something to do late this afternoon and this evening, we'd love to have you out here at Busch Stadium. Time to go inside the clubhouse built by Window Nation. Ivan Herrera, not in the starting lineup today. That is notable because it is the first time this season that he has not been in the starting lineup. We spoke to him about that in the clubhouse earlier today. He made it clear, not really a big deal. It's just him simply getting a day off.
Talked to LA about needing a day off. I just told him, like, whenever you want me to give me off, I take it. So, probably baseball, take a day off.
Now, a lot of people have made the assumption that he is tired because he has not missed a game this year. When Oliver Marmol has talked about that, has said basically that's not the case. And while Herrera does catch a couple times a week, he is mostly a DH, so that keeps him off his feet a lot. And he kind of backed that up, really saying that he does not feel tired at all.
I actually feel really good every day. I just hitting is hard, just struggling a little bit. It's just part of the game. All I can do is continue to try to do everything I can in the cages and the gym, stay strong. I don't think it's because I feel tired or anything. I feel really good at this point, actually, and hopefully we can take and get it going after this day off.
Now, it has been a bit of a struggle for him recently. In the month of July, he's hitting 200 with a 500 OPS. He only has one hit over his last 3 games. He's gone hitless in 6 of his last 8, and he did acknowledge that right now it is a struggle for him at the plate.
I just can't hit the ball hard anywhere. Chasing. Some games I'm chasing, but I've been taking pretty good at bats. I get 3-2 most of the at bats and just not get results. But a lot of ground balls too. Definitely something I need to improve. But trying to get my swing off early in the counts, just not been working. So definitely trying to stay inside the ball too, so I can stay out of the ground.
He is also hopeful that this day off could potentially have a positive impact for him.
Hopefully, yeah. I feel good. This isn't about I'm tired or something like that. It's just part of baseball. You're gonna struggle. Last year I only struggled for a month, and this year I'm struggling a little more. But it's part of baseball, and all you can do is just try to get better every day with your work and your routines outside the game. So that's all I'm gonna try to be doing today.
While he's not in the starting lineup, and I'm sure the Cardinals and Oliver Marmol would like to be able to give him a complete day off, you never know how games are going to play out and if he might be needed to come in for a pinch hit. And he acknowledged that. He was asked, what is he going to do on his day off? And he made it clear it might not be a full day off.
I have to be ready just in case, I can come in for a bat or something like that. So just stay ready. Definitely a little more chill now, but definitely for the game, I'll be ready.
One more thing from Ivan Herrera. This is the first home game since the All-Star experience for him, for Jordan Walker, also for Riley O'Brien, the 3 Cardinals representatives, in addition to manager Oliver Marmol and also Clinton Turan, who threw the BP session or the home run derby session for Jordan Walker. But for Herrera, participating in his first ever All-Star game, he got the chance to talk about that just a bit, said that All-Star experience really was great for him.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely a lot of fun over there, sharing a lot of moments with so many great players, trying to get some knowledge from them. I was seeing Walker winning home run derby was pretty cool, and, like the All-Star game too.
That is Ivan Herrera as we go inside the clubhouse, built by Window Nation. He makes reference to Jordan Walker winning the home run derby. Don't forget, tomorrow night. This is not going to be on your magnet calendar, on your promo, pocket calendar, pocket schedule, but a added promotional item tomorrow night here at Busch Stadium as the Cardinals put together a Jordan Walker Home Run Derby Champion t-shirt. It's a really, really cool shirt. You can see it for yourself at the website, Cardinals.com. Just go Cardinals.com/promotions. I believe it's first 15,000 in tomorrow night here at Busch Stadium. Get that shirt. So another really cool way to be able to celebrate what Jordan Walker did at the All-Star game. We are going to take ourselves another break. We'll come back. We'll tell you what else is going on across baseball. Not much. It's a very abbreviated day when it comes to the Major League Baseball schedule. And then we'll get you all set for the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks this afternoon here at Busch Stadium. This is Ameren Total Access on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
This is former Cardinals shortstop and postseason MVP David Eckstein. Sarah Sintel with Country Financial in Tuscola is proud to support the St. Louis Cardinals and the local community. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, Country takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs. They explain what options work best for you, making insurance easy. Search Sarah Santel Country Financial to get a quote or book an appointment today.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. The sound of a seatbelt. It's one of the most important sounds in our car. It means everyone is ready and everyone is safe. The more our kids see us put on our seatbelts, the more natural it is for them to put theirs on too. Make it a priority. Buckle up every time. Hear the sound? Make it a habit.
Paid for by NHTSA.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com. You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Cardinals at Diamondbacks, just a single game being played between these two teams. It is a makeup for a rainout earlier this year here at Busch Stadium. Not a lot going on across Major League Baseball today. Only 5 games being played. The Cardinals are the only team from the NL Central in action. In fact, the only other game that has any impact on the Cardinals whatsoever, and it's even a bit of a stretch, was the Padres and the Braves played today. The Braves won that game at 6-5, so the Padres dropped to 3 games under 500 at 50-53. They're 3.5 games out of the wild card spot, 3 games back of the Cardinals. So again, that's the closest thing right now to a game that could impact the Cardinals at all. Cardinals are a half game back of the Diamondbacks for the final wild card spot in the National League. So a notable game today between these two teams as the Cardinals attempt to leapfrog back over the Diamondbacks. The voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, he is back, and he'll be joined by Ricky Horta and Mike Claiborne for the broadcast. Ricky will give you all the information on the starting lineups and also the pitching matchup coming up in just a moment. And then it'll be John set for first pitch. After the game, I will be back with you. Hopefully we are talking about a Cardinals win this afternoon. It is the Cardinals and the Diamondbacks, and we've got first pitch coming up here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Well, dedicated diesel, the safety lane is up and running, and that is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. However, we don't start the last inspection after 4 because it does take a while, and if there's something wrong, or we got to go through it and then deal with that. Austin is doing a great job of inspections on that.
Well, that's dedicated diesel. Triumph Drive, as you're driving Route 45, you turn left at the Bobcat, go all the way down, you'll find dedicated diesel. How about Gale Frericks Trucking? What's happening?
We are doing great at Gale Ferrich Trucking, and always looking for a couple of good drivers that want to be safe, get home on time, get home for the weekends, make a decent paycheck.
Good stuff. Tim Onstad.
They can get me. Email is timo@gftlog.com. They can call my cell phone at 765-505-1295 or at the office at 765-793-7131. You can always stop by and see me at Dedicated Diesel most days during the week.
In Urbana, Illinois.
Big job? Small job? One call does it all with United Rentals in Urbana. With the largest rental fleet in North America, United Rentals has the equipment, tools, and specialty divisions to keep your project moving. Need to buy instead? United Rentals sells new and used equipment, plus offers operator training and a wide variety of machines. United Rentals also inspects and repairs customer-owned equipment. United Rentals helps you get the job done safely, efficiently, and on time.
United Rentals. Equipment, expertise, solutions.
I love our morning routine until the water turns cold.
Maybe the water heater's not a morning person. Upgrade your mornings with a tankless water heater from Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Enjoy hot water when you need it, not just when your tank allows it. Renai tankless systems are energy smart, space-saving, and designed for real life. Call Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling and make cold showers a thing of the past.
I'm Troy Lands, and you count on my company because you can count on me.
The draft, the wall, and it's another!
It's time for St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. By your quality Ford dealers. Check out the all-new Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 49 years. By Schnucks, the friendliest stores in town. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. By Shelter Insurance. Shelter offers great rates and award-winning service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. By Explore St. Louis. Learn all about the great things to do in St. Louis. Visit exploreStLouis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the Painting and Decorating Foundation. Visit stlouispdf.org to learn more. Now, St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
Welcome to St. Louis Cardinals baseball from Busch Stadium, downtown St. Louis. It's the Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks, a one-off game today, as this game was originally rained out, so it's been rescheduled for this afternoon. The Diamondbacks in town just for one day before the Cardinals start a nice long homestand after a rough road trip for the Cardinals that actually ended well. They were able to beat the Angels last night to go 2-4 on the road trip. It really was a terrific game, well-pitched game by both teams. It was Reed Detmers, who's from the area, from Southern Illinois, and he was up against Hunter Dobbins, who was terrific. He went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits and no runs for the Cardinals, did not walk a batter, and struck out 5. And the Cardinals, who had lost 10 out of 14, were able to come up with a 1-0 victory, and they won a game where they only had 3 hits. That doesn't happen a lot either, but the Cardinals had a nice, happy flight back to St. Louis and a quick turnaround for an afternoon game against the Diamondbacks today. And a couple of big moments in the game. One of them was the 6th inning when the only run scored. And it was J.J. Weatherholt, the Cardinal rookie, who may very well be the National League Rookie of the Year. He was at the plate in the 6th inning, and he did this. Wind and the pitch. That's hit hard to center field. That's going to back up Trout. It's over his head, and it's over the wall! A big fly for J.J. Weatherholt. Straightaway center field. His 15th of the year. The Cardinals strike first here in the 6th inning. It's 1-0 Redbird. That home run stood up, a 1-0 victory as the Cardinals got the save from Riley O'Brien, who'd struggled in a game earlier in that series, but he picked up save number 26, and here's how the game ended. 1-2 the count, low at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. He struck him out. Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning. Comes up big for the Cardinals. What a game for St. Louis on the pitching side as they pitch a shutout. O'Brien should be ready to go today. And, of course, J.J. Weatherholt in the lineup in that familiar first spot as the Cardinals take on the Diamondbacks. This is Ricky Horton. I'll be alongside John Rooney. Mike Claiborne is with us. Jim Jackson, our producer, engineer. Glad you're with us this afternoon for Cardinals baseball. And I'll have the lineups for you when we come back.
Discover a great getaway in historic St. Charles, Missouri, just 20 minutes west of St. Louis. St. Charles offers the value and safety of a smaller town, but with activities and attractions that really measure up. Try your luck at the casino, shop Main Street, or tour the first state capital. There's plenty to do. Plus, you're close to all the fun in St. Louis. Discover a great getaway. Discover St. Charles. Plan your visit at discoverstcharles.com.
Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Sizzling hot summer? Cool down with ice-cold Prairie Farms lemonade. Prairie Farms is a proud partner of Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, a national leader in the fight against childhood cancer. For every bottle or jug of lemonade sold, a portion of proceeds will help fund critical cancer research. Grab a glass of Prairie Farms lemonade, turn on the cards game, and help support Alex's Lemonade Stand. Visit prairiefarms.com/lemonade to learn more.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a reliable Medicare plan so you can focus on all the things that matter to you? Well, with United Healthcare Medicare plans, that's exactly what you get. Support every step of the way. In fact, 4 out of 5 members are satisfied with the benefits and coverage provided by their United Healthcare Medicare plan. Count on United Healthcare to be there with Medicare coverage for your whole life ahead. Learn more at uhc.com.
Hey St. Louis, looking for the ultimate experience for your little Cardinals fan this season? Step up to the plate and make even more Cardinals memories with Build-A-Bear Workshop in Ford Plaza at Busch Stadium, before or during the game. Kids of all ages can make a St. Louis Cardinals stuffed animal to watch the game with and take home. For even more fun, check out their other area locations at Union Station, St. Louis Galleria, West County Center, or the ultimate party destination, Build-A-Bear Adventure in Chesterfield. Build-A-Bear Workshop. It's the stuff you love.
Welcome back to Cardinals baseball here this afternoon. The Redbirds taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. They lost 2 out of 3 to the D-backs in the desert on this last road trip, and the Diamondbacks have gotten themselves into the playoff picture. They've been red hot. In fact, they're a half game ahead of the Cardinals going into this game today, so the Cardinals really just a half game out in the wild card. It's amazing because they, again, did not have a good road trip, but the Diamondbacks sit at 53-49. The Cardinals have 52-49 as they play here this afternoon. It'll be Michael McGreevy up against Brandon Fott. Fott 4-1, beat the Cardinals on this road trip. McGreevy, ERA under 3. He's 4-7 going for the Cardinals. And here are the starting lineups presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. We'll start with the Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte will lead things off, and he will play second base. He's a switch hitter. Corbin Carroll will be in right field and bat second, with Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop, batting third. Gabriel Moreno, very tough out, hitting .302, will do the catching. Max Kepler will be the left fielder. He hits from the left side, with Tim Tawa at first base. Adrian Del Castillo will be the DH, and he will bat seventh, with Ildemaro Vargas playing third base, former Cardinal, and he'll be in the 8th spot. And Ryan Waldschmidt, who played pretty well against the Cardinals, he'll be in center field. It'll be J.J. Weatherholt leading off for the Cardinals, and then it'll be Jordan Walker in right field batting second. Well, how about that? That's a change in the Cardinals lineup. Weatherholt, of course, will be playing second base. Alec Burleson is the Cardinals' designated hitter. 69 RBIs for Burley. He'll bat in the third spot, and he will be the DH. Lars Nootbaar will play left field. He'll hit cleanup. Mason Wynn plays shortstop. He'll bat next, with Jose Fermin, the third baseman, hitting in the 6th hole. Nathan Church has been swinging the bat better of late. He'll be in center field, although he had a long offer, but much better than last week. Blaze Jordan will play first base and bat next, with Jimmy Crooks doing the catching and hitting ninth. So no Ivan Herrera in the lineup here this afternoon. A well-deserved rest for him. So there's your lineups. First pitch from Busch Stadium comes up next.
Hey, it's Kurt with Lands Heating and Cooling. When you need a new heating and cooling system, Lands makes it easy. We measure your home, we check your ductwork, and we match you with the quiet, efficient, trained system. With Lands, you get the right system at the right price with the right installation. If your system's aging, now's the smart time to choose a high-efficiency trained heat pump and furnace. Schedule a no-pressure, in-home consultation at landsinc.com, and remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Pia's Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat-screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's, open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Flooring Surfaces in Champaign isn't just a carpet store. It's your destination for the latest innovations in flooring. You'll find a curated collection of the best porcelain tiles, fine wool and pattern carpets, beautifully crafted hardwoods, and performance floors made to withstand life's messes. All in a renovated showroom designed to inspire your creativity. Your next floor can be truly stunning. Let Flooring Surfaces show you how at 401 Mercury Drive in Champaign.
Flooring Surfaces, your first stop.
Cardinals have taken the field. We're just about ready for baseball. It'll be Michael McGreevy will try to figure out the Diamondbacks lineup. They've been playing very good of late. They're a half game ahead of the Cardinals now in the wild card race in the National League, and that's going to be really interesting over the next 5 to 6 weeks as there are several teams now in that hunt. And the Diamondbacks, of course, won 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals in the desert, including a really tough game for the Cardinals where the Diamondbacks had their biggest come-from-behind victory in the history of their organization, and we'll try to forget about that. I haven't quite yet. But the Cardinals hoping to win this one-game series here. Just a makeup of a rain-out game earlier, and big changes in the lineup, by the way, on the Diamondback side. I'll go through it quickly. Corbin Carroll will still be in right field. He'll bat first now. Perdomo, the shortstop, hits second. Gabriel Moreno moves up to third. So 7 different people in 7 different places here as Ketel Marte is out with back stiffness. So it'll be Moreno, then Kepler, Del Castillo, Tawa, Vargas, Locklear, and Waldschmidt, and we'll clue you in on that more as we move along. The first pitch sponsored by Rawlings, the official baseball of Major League Baseball, and here's the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, for that pitch.
All right, great to be back home, Ricky?
You bet it is.
Here we go. Opening up a homestand with a makeup game, and the first pitch is taken high by Corbin Carroll. 78 degrees at 4:15 Central. Right on time for the first pitch of our makeup game, the final game of the season series between the two. And a curveball catches the outside corner, a strike called on Corbin Carroll. Carroll is 5 for his last 28 with a couple of home runs, 3 RBIs. He started to swing the bat a little bit better toward the end of the series last weekend. The pitch, a swing, and there's a high fly ball down the left field line. Nootbaar on the run, he's under it, makes the catch. Carroll is out. That's the way our game begins today at Busch Stadium in downtown St. Louis.
Michael McGreevy, a 7-pitch pitcher, and I think he has been as consistent, Ollie Marmol saying that before the game today, as consistent as anybody in the Cardinals staff. The ERA and now under 3, but he's been really good at making in-game adjustments, I think. He does not kind of give up that big inning like a lot of Cardinal pitchers have had this year. He's pretty good at stopping the bleeding.
Here's Perdomo. He takes a strike. Geraldo Perdomo batting .237, 82 hits, 7 home runs. He has 36 RBIs. Switch hitter batting left-handed against Michael McGreevy, who goes into the windup and the 1-strike pitch. Taken a little bit high and outside. Jimmy Crooks is behind the plate today. Plays Jordan at first. J.J. Weatherholt at second. Mason Wynn up the middle at shortstop. Off the line, a step behind the grass at third, Jose Fermin. Nootbaar's in left, Church in center, Jordan Walker in right field. And a breaking pitch is down and in. The count goes to 2-1 on Geraldo Perdomo. He's 26 years old, from the Dominican Republic. A 20 home run season last year with 100 RBIs. 7 home runs this year, 36 driven in. He swings and misses. McGreevy took a little something off that one. Had just a little late break to the slider.
Slider and changeup are his swing and miss pitches, especially the changeup. He's really perfected that.
The 2-2 pitch for Perdomo, a foul ball rolling over to the Cardinal dugout on the first base side. The field is in great shape here in St. Louis. The weather absolutely terrific, low humidity. And the fans still filing in for this makeup game. 78 degrees at first pitch. We have the wind blowing from right to left field. A swing and a foul ball. That goes off to the left, keeping the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Reds will be in here tomorrow. Then the Cubs. We'll have 4 games against the Cubs to wrap up the homestand. There's a pitch outside. McGreevy threw the changeup just off the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. McGreevy with the sign from Crooks by way of PitchCom. Crooks puts down the target, the pitch. Taken high, and that's a ball 4 and a walk to the number 2 hitter in the lineup.
You don't get too many of those from McGreevy. He only had 1 walk his last time out. Actually pitched really well against the Diamondbacks. Struck out 5 and really could have been the winning pitcher in that game. The Cardinals ended up having to win it in the 9th inning, but that was the sacrifice fly by Ivan Herrera. That was that particular game. But I think he has been really good at pounding the strike zone.
As he does right there with a strike to right-handed batting, Gabriel Moreno. Moreno batting with a runner at first. The infield at double play depth, and McGreevy gets his share of ground balls. Let's see what happens here with the right-handed batter up, hitting very well at .302. 7 homers, 34 RBIs. He's doing the catching today. Pickoff throw to first. Late tag put down by Blaze Jordan. Perdomo has 16 stolen bases, yet he has been caught 9 times. Perdomo off to a lead. Wearing those bright lime green spikes today. The pitch. A swing and a line drive into right field, a base hit. Perdomo is going to make third. Walker's throw goes into second, a wide turn by Moreno. And they're in business. The Diamondbacks with runners at first and third and 1 out.
I've seen that play before from Moreno, that line drive the other way. He did that several times in the last series, just taking the pitch the other way and hitting it kind of on the line right to the right center field gap. Maybe 3 or 4 hits he's had now against the Cardinals in that direction.
Well, here's the guy who won the game last Sunday with a double in extra innings, Max Kepler. Kepler has 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, playing in his 18th game with the Diamondbacks. He had to sit out a suspension after playing for Philadelphia last year, and then recently joining on with the D-backs. Ground ball right back to McGreevy to second out. Win to first, double play. 1-6-3.
My favorite double play, John.
I thought it was 1-2-3.
Well, this is my second favorite. It's my favorite double play today.
That's the best double play I've seen so far. And we go to the bottom of the first. Arizona failed to score. The Cardinals are coming up.
Feel the magic with the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card from Central Bank. From tickets to throwing out the first pitch, your St. Louis Cardinals credit card earns rewards for one-of-a-kind experiences. Your Cardinals credit card earns you double reward points at the stadium and at Cardinals.com. Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals, are now offering the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card. Visit CardinalsCredit.com or any Central Bank location to sign up. Subject to credit approval, see bank for details.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
A home run for Victor Scott.
This is Victor Scott II. I've teamed up with Ameren to share simple energy efficiency tips you can use every day. Switch to energy efficient appliances and LED bulbs. They're the reliable setup, guys, using less power and lasting longer. Turn off lights and appliances when you're done. Short outings can save big on energy. And unplug devices you're not using. It's like giving your home a day off to recover. Relief isn't just for the bullpen. For more energy-saving tips, visit Ameren.com/tips.
Don't forget your favorite Lay's, the perfect sidekick to your game day. No matter if you're cheering for our St. Louis Cardinals from the stands or hosting the ultimate game day throwdown with your crew, there's a Lay's flavor to go with it. Lay's, proud partner of your St. Louis Cardinals.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVE-PRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVE-PRO. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The Cardinals lost a 5-3 game on Saturday at Arizona. And Font was the winning pitcher. He was charged with 2 of those runs, but it looked like the Cardinals were going to get to him when the bullpen then came on to keep the Cardinals from overcoming a 5-0 lead. Here's a pitch that's taken in for a strike by J.J. Weatherholt.
Font, one of those guys that doesn't throw overly hard 93, but he's sneaky. The way he throws, he's got kind of a low three-quarter delivery, hides the ball well.
The next pitch is swung on, and there's a high chopper toward the second baseman. The flip to first. Say at first base. Close play with Locklear extending the glove on the stretch, and the second baseman Vargas just flipping with the glove.
We talk about so many things about J.J. Weatherholt, the power that he has for a young player. The defense has been extraordinary, but his speed's really good, too. That's a part of his game.
So a game-winning home run yesterday, a 1-0 victory at Anaheim, and now a tip of the batting helmet by Jordan Walker, who gets a standing ovation from the crowd here in St. Louis on his return after his outstanding performance in the Home Run Derby at the All-Star game.
Oh, I love this moment, John. This feels like St. Louis, doesn't it? Terrific response there to Jordan coming to the plate.
Walker 6 for his last 27. He has a couple of RBIs, has been on with 4 walks. Batting second in the order today, he swings and lines it to right center field. That ball's going to the gap, it's going to the wall. Here's Weatherholt. He is being waved around third. The relay coming in is cut off. The Cardinals have a 1-0 lead on a ringing double to right center by Jordan Walker.
We talked in our Inside the Park segment about how important it is for the top of the Cardinals lineup to do some damage and put some crooked numbers on the board. Jordan Walker's got the Cardinals going in the right direction. Weatherholt did his job, and Jordan hitting in that second spot looked pretty comfortable.
Well, Tony La Russa always liked having a power bat in the number 2 spot in the order.
Sure did.
And the Cardinals have one in Ivan Herrera when he's right.
Tony was doing that when no one else was doing that.
He was using Lazinski with the White Sox, Carlton Fisk at times. Here's Burleson taking a breaking pitch for a strike. Burleson reached for the batting helmet but does not challenge the call by Alfonso Marquez.
I think Tony was the first one to have the pitcher batting ninth, too. I don't know who else might have been doing that.
Batting eighth?
Pitcher batting eighth, excuse me. Having a player batting ninth, which they never liked that.
Here's a foul that goes off the screen in front of the Arizona Diamondbacks dugout on the third base side.
When it first happened, John, there was people that came up with the reasons why you do that numbers-wise, which makes sense. But when Tony was doing it, it was a little bit of a hard sell to the catcher or the second baseman that was batting behind the pitcher.
2 strikes to count on Alec Burleson, 0 for his last 4. He put together a pretty good road trip. Burleson taps the ball up the middle of the infield, charging in, and there's no play for the shortstop, Perdomo. He caught the ball on a short hop, and it's a base hit for Burleson. On to third, Jordan Walker.
Good mojo going on in the bottom of the first inning for the Cardinals, and also good mojo in the top of the first inning with McGreevy turning a really nifty 1-6-3 double play. He was right on that, and so good to see him being such a good fielder. I think that may have energized this team a bit.
And here's Lars Nootbaar batting in the cleanup spot today, trying to break out of an 0 for 7. 4 for his last 21 with a home run. And over the last 7 games, a .393 on base percentage. So he gets his share of walks. The infield at double play depth, curveball, a strike call to Nootbaar. Edward Jones Financial Advisors are there for the moments that matter. Let them help you find your rich and build a game plan to get you there. EdwardJones.com, member SIPC. Brandon Pfaadt from the high set. A long pause. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss. Couldn't hold up on the changeup. 2 strikes on Nootbaar.
Here's where you can't let him off the hook. You got the pressure on Pfaadt. Build on this. Keep things going. Can't have a strikeout here. Have to put the ball in play.
0-2 on Lars Nootbaar, first and third for the Cardinals. Burleson a good lead at first base. Walker over at third, and the pitch outside a ball. 1-2 as Fott was not going to make an 0-2 mistake. Fott over his last 4 starts, and these are starts after he came back from the minor leagues. He's 4-0 with a 2.14 ERA, wins over San Francisco, San Diego, the Dodgers, and then last week against the Cardinals. The pitch. Nootbaar taps that foul through the legs of the catcher, Gabriel Moreno.
Interesting that they made the decision to put him in the bullpen at the start of the year, thinking that that would be a more balanced thing for their team, and he just did not pitch well there. It just didn't work. So they had to send him down to AAA just to get him innings to get back up to being a starter, and that was a good move.
And you're right about the relief work, a 5.91 ERA in 10 appearances. The 1-2 pitch for Nootbaar. A swing and a ground ball, base hit, left center field, 2-0 Cardinals. Walker scores. Burleson stops at second, and the Cardinals have the line moving. First and second, 2 runs in, nobody out, facing Brandon Fott. And before Mason Wynn bats, let's pause for a station ID here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Along with Mike Claiborne, Ricky Horton, our producer-engineer is Jim Jackson. I'm John Rooney at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals built a 7-0 lead the last time they faced the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yes, they did.
Only to have that go up in smoke and lose the game in 10 innings.
You know, John Claibs and I were trying to forget about that game, but, you know, it just...
but this is the way that game started,
100%,
basically.
100%. So it does show you've got to finish it, though, too.
An early mound visit for Fott from their pitching coach. And Brian Kaplan is on his way back to the third base dugout. The Diamondbacks are wearing their black jerseys, black caps and helmets, road gray pants. The Cardinals in the home white uniforms. Cardinals across the front of the jersey with the birds on the gold bat, red caps and helmets. Mason Wynn, 4 home runs, 42 RBIs. The infield at double play depth. Fought with the pitch. Wynn swings and he drives it center field. That's hit well, and on the track the catch is made. Waldschmidt puts it away. The runners tag and advance. A long, loud out, but a productive out, moving runners to second and third.
Yes, doubly productive because Nootbaar read that extremely well. Not only did he have a terrific at-bat, hitting the ball sharply the other way, which I think has been a kind of a new development for Nootbaar, driving the ball to the left side of the field. I think that's helped him, but really good speed to get from first to second, and he really kind of saw that one coming, and now the Cardinals a chance for 2 more.
Jose Fermin is playing third base today. He has 4 hits in his last 21 at-bats, a couple of RBIs. Fermin takes way outside, and a backhand grab by Gabriel Moreno kept that one from going to the bricks behind home plate. Brandon Fott came into the game with a 4.58 ERA, and he has given up 2 runs, 4 hits. 1 out, second and third for the Cardinals in the bottom of the first inning. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fermin swings and misses a sweeper. 1 ball, 1 strike. When Fermin uses that arms-only swing when he's not moving the legs, it doesn't look very good.
Yeah, no, it usually means he's fooled by the pitch.
But the next swing might be quite productive. He adjusts very well from pitch to pitch. The pitch to Fermin taken down and in, 2 balls and a strike. An infield hit by J.J. Weatherholt. He just beat the play out at first base. Jordan Walker doubled him home. Burleson, an infield hit, followed by Lars Nootbaar. He singled in a run. The pitch on the way. Fermin gets out of the way of a high and tight fastball.
The early struggles of Nolan Gorman opened the door for both Blaze Jordan and Jose Fermin to get more at-bats than we would have thought in 2026, and they're both taking advantage of it.
Blaze Jordan is playing first today with Burleson, the DH, and Fermin over at third. The 3-1 pitch here, maybe a go pitch for Jose Fermin. He takes up and in, loading the bases. Against the Cardinals, no walks, 3 strikeouts last Saturday for Brandon Fott. Here's center fielder Nathan Church, and Oliver Marmol told us before the game, Ricky, that he is more than pleased with the work Church has done, the adjustments he's made, and the way he's swinging the bat right now. We'll see if he can cash in here and add on to a 2-0 lead. Fought from the stretch, the pitch. Church takes way outside, ball one.
He made the point that even some of the bad part of his streak, the 0 for that he had, the 0 for 30, there were several good at-bats towards the end of that because he remade his swing, and he's much more comfortable, more direct to the ball. He's got a better swing path.
The 1-0 pitch. Church fouls off a curveball, hit that off his foot, and it rolls all the way to the first baseman, Tyler Locklear. Church had several line drive outs during that 0 for stretch. And granted, he's 2 for his last 19 with a run batted in, but over those 19 at-bats, only 2 strikeouts. 1 out in the Cardinal half of the first inning, 2 runs in. The bases are loaded. Brandon Pfaadt with the pitch. Church takes a sweeper inside. Moreno is already getting quite a workout behind the plate. We're in the first inning. He had to sweep far to his right to keep that ball in front of him.
I wondered how Arizona would respond to the challenge of coming into a city and playing one game. For the Cardinals, it doesn't feel the same way. They're starting a homestand, but Arizona, it's just a little more complex for them.
The 2-1 pitch here for Nathan Church. He fouls it straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And on deck, it's Blaze Jordan. Well, it's a one and done for them coming in. The Cardinals have had to do that in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Remember going down to Miami and losing on a late game home run. But in town and then out of town. The 2-2 pitch with 1 away. Here it is for Nathan Church. A swing and a miss. He chased the changeup, and that's the second out of the inning. Let's see if Blaze Jordan can pick him up. That's exactly what Pfaadt needed. But the Cardinals need a pick-me-up to keep the pressure on the Arizona starter. Here's Pfaadt with the sign. His pitch to right-handed batting Blaze Jordan. Strike called, and that looked outside.
It sure did.
But no challenge.
Surprised he's not challenging that. It was way outside. A couple inches outside.
Here's Pfaadt from the stretch. The runners lead all the way around. The next pitch to Blaze Jordan is swung on. That's popped up foul, going back and out of play, 0-2.
Just thinking about Blaze Jordan a lot the last week. He's really doing a good job of shortening up his stroke and hitting, kind of putting the ball in play. He doesn't really like to strike out, but the power's not been here at the big league level. I think that will come at some point.
He has 1 home run that he hit in his second big league game at Minnesota. The 2-strike pitch with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Jordan swings and lifts a fly ball to right field, right to Corbin Carroll. He has it, and Pfaadt gets out of the inning facing 8 batters, giving up just 2 runs. We go to the second, 2-0 Cardinals.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank. Not a recording answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwrite. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
Hey golf cart shoppers, tired of the same old golf cart shopping experience? Come over to Midwest Carts in Tuscola, Illinois, where customers rave about unbeatable pricing, massive selection, and full service done right. As the largest Denago golf cart dealer in Illinois, they've got premium new models plus 20 to 30 quality used carts ready to roll at any time. And the best part? Free delivery on new carts anywhere in Illinois or Indiana. Midwest Carts, Tuscola, Illinois. Find them at mwcarts.com.
Dia's Sports Bar and Grill is your place to watch Major League Baseball games and enjoy pitchers of your favorite beer, including Coors Light, Yingling Lager, Yingling Flight, and Miller Lite, home of the Slugger Burger. Meet friends on the patio and watch your favorite sports on multiple flat-screen TVs. If your team is looking to gather after the game, that's been a Pia's tradition since 1975. Pia's, open early with Big Tito's Bloody Marys. Pia's Sports Bar and Grill, 1609 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign.
Explore the wonder of travel. Fly Sierra, where you are one stop away from your world destination. Park for free and enjoy shorter rides as you begin your adventure from Sierra in Bloomington to your bucket list destination on the other side of the ocean. And when you return, you're home in record time after touchdown. Go to Sierra.com/airlines to book today. Sierra.
Here is Del Castillo, their DH. Adrian Del Castillo taking a ball outside, 1-0. He's made 28 starts at DH and has been behind the plate 16 times. And he takes his batter's timeout after looking at ball one. So tiring.
He must have had a long, hard look at that pitch. A lot of focus there.
McGreevy's next pitch, high and wide. 2 balls, no strikes. Del Castillo, followed by Tawa and Ildemaro Vargas. 2-0 Cardinals. The Cardinals left the bases loaded. They had the bases loaded, 1 down. A strikeout and a flyout took them out of the inning. There's a strike call with the cutter over the heart of the plate. Del Castillo, a left-handed batter, played at Miami, 26 years old. He's wearing the black batting gloves and takes a curveball that looked to be right there. Maybe just a shade high. Didn't miss by much, 3-1. The infielders are playing Del Castillo to pull. The pitch. Foul ball back to the screen, 3-2.
Interesting challenge for the Cardinals starting staff right now with Hunter Dobbins coming up and being a part of a 6-man. The only way that works is if all the starters with that extra day of rest can go 6 or more innings so the bullpen doesn't get wasted early.
The 3-2 pitch, right down the middle, a curveball, strikes out Del Castillo. He stood there like the house along the side of the road and watched it go by.
Sure did.
Visit Miller Furniture, one of their 4 locations in Metro East and in St. Louis. Fairview Heights, Belleville, Illinois, Lake St. Louis, Ellisville, Missouri. You can also shop them online at MillerFurniture.com, MUELLER Furniture.com. Now Tim Tawa. Tawa takes a strike on the outside corner. Tawa is out of Stanford, 27 years old. Played in 74 games with the D-backs last year. He's batting .217 this year, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, and he put together a pretty good series against the Cardinals. The Diamondbacks won 2 out of 3. The 1-strike pitch, a swing and a miss. Couldn't hold up. 92 on the fastball from Michael McGreevy.
John Appraise came up on the road trip talking with Mark Langston. Of course, you remember him as being an outstanding left-handed pitcher, Expos, and other teams beyond that.
The 2-strike pitch, and that's chopped toward third. A fair ball. Played deep by Fermin, who bounces the throw. Caught nicely by Jordan. Tawa is out, 2 down.
But the phrase that we used to use all the time, and you remember the phrase too, is reading the bat, reading the hands, reading the batter in terms of his swing. You read the swing. And I think McGreevy does that as well as anybody.
How much of that do you think's done now?
I was going to just mention that to you. I don't hear that talked about ever, frankly, but I think McGreevy does it. I'll have to chat with him about that further and see if he actually thinks along those lines. But that's what kind of the old school way to do it is when a hitter will show you when he can't catch up to the fastball in and he can't stay back for the changeup away. And if you're reading his hands, you can figure that out.
Ball 1 goes inside to Ildemaro Vargas. Vargas takes a strike, 1-1, facing Michael McGreevy with nobody on base, 2 outs. Top of the 2nd inning and a 2-0 lead for the Cardinals. Vargas 8 for his last 21 with 3 runs batted in. Vargas holds the bat right down on the knob, standing in the middle of the batter's box. He fouls this one out of play, off to the left. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He didn't move up in the batter's box. That's where he started. Trying to take away some of that breaking ball.
On the plate, too. Very close to the plate.
The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs and nobody on. McGreevy into his windup. Here it comes. That's a ball high with a fastball.
Those guys on top of the plate, it is contrary to what you'd think, those are guys at the big league level you have to pitch away for the most part. They're on the plate for a reason. They want you to throw it in.
The 2-2 pitch fouled off, and that hit Vargas's right shin, perhaps. Fouled that off his leg. So he's limping around outside the dirt circle around home plate. Vargas came up to the big leagues with Arizona in 2017. He's moved around plenty. He's played with Minnesota, the Cubs, Pittsburgh, back to Arizona.
Wow, he fouled
the
that
Cubs
off.
again, and Washington, and back to Arizona.
And he fouled that one, John, off outside of his kneecap.
I didn't think it hit his foot.
No, it hurt.
The 2-2 pitch to the left-handed batter, swung on, and that's rolled up the first base line, and it goes foul. Just took a quick turn into foul territory right when Blaze Jordan got to the ball. McGreevy was hustling over toward the line and then to first base for a possible play. So McGreevy is walking slowly back to the mound while Vargas is taking his time getting back into the batter's box. But Arizona thought enough of him to have him 3 different times during his major league career. 89 games with the D-backs this year. He's batting .264, 7 home runs, 49 RBIs. Switch hitter playing second base. The pitch, and that is raked to the second baseman. Weatherholt throws out Vargas. We head to the bottom of the second with the Cardinals leading the Diamondbacks 2-0.
Corn isn't just grown here, it works here. Illinois corn is a real heavy hitter, leading the nation in output and driving a $148 billion economic impact statewide. From jobs and products to opportunities in communities across Illinois, corn keeps our economy moving season after season. From first pitch to the final out, corn delivers for Illinois. Learn more about our homegrown economy made possible with corn at watchusgrow.org/corn.
Enjoy a true St. Louis Cardinals baseball experience. Book your Grand Slam ticket package today at the luxurious Marriott St. Louis Grand, steps away from Busch Stadium. You'll get 2 Cardinals tickets plus free hotel self-parking, complimentary high-speed internet access, and $20 towards a great pregame or postgame meal at Zinnia Bar and Grill. Grand Slam ticket packages start at $199. Book yours today at MarriottStLouisGrand.com. That's MarriottStLouisGrand.com. Proud hotel partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Hey, JJ Weatherholt here. From the stands, people see the highlights. Home runs, stolen bases, diving catches. What they don't see is the preparation to be ready for the unexpected. That's how I look at my car too. Repairs can hit out of nowhere, and they're not cheap. With CarShield, you get the best defense against costly repairs. When something goes wrong, you're not scrambling. You've got a plan. A CarShield plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
It's 9-1-2 for the Cardinals, who lead 2-0, and Jimmy Crooks goes after Fott's first pitch, pops it into short center field. Under it is the shortstop, Perdomo. He makes the catch, 1 pitch and 1 out.
Boy, that's one of those that you want to say do-over. Can you throw me that pitch again? I think that's exactly what he was looking for. He just got underneath it.
Learn in person or online at Maryville University. You decide. It's your education, your choice. Create a personalized learning experience at maryville.edu. J.J. Weatherholt provided the only run in the game yesterday in Anaheim with a 6th-inning home run over the center field fence up on the rock pile. Here's a pitch in for a strike to Weatherholt, who got on with an infield hit ahead of Jordan Walker's double to right center field. For Walker, that is 77 runs batted in now. Weatherholt takes a pitch for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Weatherholt, Walker, see if they can get the line moving again like they did in the first inning. Weatherholt checks his swing, looks at a strike with a cutter that caught the outer half.
I didn't happen to notice the miles per hour off the bat of that Walker double, and I just now looked it up. Maybe you mentioned it, but
I didn't.
111 miles an hour off the bat. Sounded like it, didn't it?
Waldschmidt had no chance. The best he could do was run after it, right along with Corbin Carroll, the right fielder. A ball low, evens the count, 2-2 on Weatherholt. Weatherholt, slightly open stance. He's wearing the white batting gloves today, holding the bat right down on the knob. The pitch to him, grounded up the middle. A little easier play for the second baseman Vargas this time, who throws him out.
He did hurry, though, didn't he?
He did. Vargas couldn't flip the ball quickly enough to first to get Weatherholt in the first inning. And now Jordan Walker. What Jordan Walker did up to the All-Star break energized Cardinal Nation.
Yes.
What he did at the All-Star game and Home Run Derby set it over the top. Here's a pop-up foul off to the right, and no play by Locklear, sliding on the track just beyond the camera well near the dugout. He'll play a strike.
In the interview that he did with Danny Wexelman on the TV side the next day, which is really a nice piece, one of the things he said is, I just had the feeling that if I could just get through a couple of rough spots, I would be able to turn things around. That's how I was feeling. And I thought, is he talking about his season, or is he talking about the Home Run Derby? Because that's what he's done with his career. So the Home Run Derby was just a microcosm of that.
Here's the one-strike pitch. Walker, it's a ground ball, deep short, backhanded by Perdomo, who throws just in time to get him. Perdomo had stumbled, but once he regained control, he threw Walker out by a half step. The Cardinals go in order. Ricky will tell you about the third as the Redbirds lead the D-backs 2-0.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is former Cardinals shortstop and postseason MVP David Eckstein. Jordan McDaniel with Country Financial in Savoy is proud to support the St. Louis Cardinals and the local community. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, Country takes the time to understand your specific insurance needs. They explain what options work best for you, making insurance easy. Search Jordan McDaniel Country Financial to get a quote or book an appointment today.
Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, and Country Casualty Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Even in the everyday moments that matter most, money is always part of the picture because it shapes the things you care about. A house that truly feels like home, a business that finally takes off, more confidence for whatever comes next. At First Mid, you'll find one team working together for every stage of your financial journey. Most banks connect accounts. We connect everything that counts. First Mid Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Redbird fans, this one's for you. Sunday, July 26th, the Cards take on the Reds, and kids 12 and under can get a one-of-a-kind Fredbird hat. It's colorful, fun, and perfect for cheering on the Redbirds. Plus, it's Kids Sunday with Team Fredbird. Music, games, and lots of fun in Ford Plaza. Grab your family and come have some fun at the ballpark. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is JJ Weatherholt. See you at Busch Stadium.
It's Budweiser's 150th anniversary, and we're celebrating with a Heritage Can Series that honors our legacy of being made of America. Collect all 4 designs. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026. Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Swing and a miss, strike one on the pitch delivered by Michael McGreevy to Tyler Locklear, who is a late addition into the lineup today with Ketel Marte out with back tightness. That kind of changed the entire defense and the entire order for them. That one's lined into left center field. That's going to get down, and it's going to plug the gap and go all the way to the wall. A leadoff double for Tyler Locklear in a 2-0 game. The Cardinals with 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And now the Diamondbacks threaten here in the third. Locklear, they got him from the Mariners, and that's his first double. That was a bit of a hanger, sat there a little bit more than McGreevy wanted. The location wasn't bad. And it brings in Ryan Waldschmidt, who was their minor league player of the year a season ago, and their number 1 prospect. He's playing center field, and he's 23 years of age. So we'll see if McGreevy can make a pitch and keep him from moving the runner to third base. He shows bunt and takes a strike. That got the attention of both Fermin and Jordan. Jordan playing first base today. And Fermin, the Cardinal third baseman, is getting an awful lot of at-bats this year. Outfield is pretty shallow, particularly Church in center. Showing bunt again, and he pushes it foul. Interesting, he's bunting twice with a runner on second base.
And just pushing the bat at the ball.
Looked like he was trying to push that to the first base side, wasn't he?
He was.
I mean, you bunt the ball to third here, that's a better option in my mind. Although, with Jordan playing so far back, that's okay. I guess if it's first and second, you always bunt to third. But in this case, it probably doesn't matter. But what matters is he's 0-2. McGreevy working with Jimmy Crooks. He's set at the belt, checks the runner at second, delivers home, and he gets a swing and a miss on a changeup. So Waldschmidt not able to advance the runner. 2 strikeouts for McGreevy. And back to the top of the order, and Corbin Carroll. Carroll was in a terrible slump when the Cardinals went to Arizona. He did hit a home run off of Gastelum on a changeup that just kind of sat in the middle of the plate. But he was really late on everything during that particular series. And he takes that pitch outside. Curveball misses from McGreevy. McGreevy's not going to rush it up there in the high 90s. But I'll take the 2.92 ERA. Nothing wrong with that. Next delivery to Carroll is a fastball inside. Had a little cut to it. 2-0 the count.
Well, over the last 3 starts, that's against Atlanta, no decision. A win over Milwaukee, and no decision against Arizona. A 1.93 ERA for McGreevy.
He's ready for the 2-0 pitch. Carroll, a good hitter. He takes the pitch, and it's a strike. Didn't like that changeup. In a game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. What an ad to read on our happy hour afternoon at the ballpark. The 2-1 delivery is a strike at the top of the zone. So a changeup, then a 4-seamer. And Carroll has not swung the bat yet. 2-2 count. So it is happy hour today at the ballpark because this was, again, a rained-out game being played on an off day. Kind of a one-off for both teams. So the Cardinals have turned this into a great deal today. So if you're late for happy hour, come on over. It's only the top of the third. Nice crowd on hand here. As McGreevy checks the runner at second, the 2-2 pitch is a called strike 3, and Carroll still has not swung the bat with a guy on second base. That's becoming more and more of a pet peeve of mine. Just don't like to see a batter not get the bat off their shoulder with a guy in scoring position. I understand everybody loves the walk, but man, if you want to get runs and you've got a guy sitting out there, I just think you're hurting your team that way. Geraldo Perdomo takes a pitch inside, ball 1. But, of course, they already have a hitting coach. They don't need me. His name is Joe Mather, former Cardinal. We just had John Mabry, a former Cardinal, who was one of the hitting coaches for the Angels. So it was a former Cardinal hitting coach trip. The 1-0 pitch, sweeper is outside.
Mather, of course, pitched in that, 19-inning game against the Mets?
He did. Yes, he did. And just a delightful guy to be around. And same thing is true, of course, of the real pro, John Mabry. 2-0 the count on Perdomo. Next pitch is a called strike on the inside corner. And he hasn't swung the bat yet and has a 2-1 count with Moreno due up next. I'd love to see him lead off an inning.
I'd like to see you become more irritated because they're not swinging the bat.
Okay. Me too. I don't get as irritated when the other team does it. There's a throw down to second base and no one's there. And there's some miscommunication. Ball goes into center field. I think Jimmy Crooks thought that Mason Wynn had the pickoff on, and they may have had a play there. So
I think they did.
But somehow that communication, well, didn't happen.
Well, I'll hand it to Mason, though, for getting a glove on that and keeping the ball from going too far into center field, holding Locklear at second.
So one of them thought that the pickoff was on, the other did not.
And the pitch was a strike, but it was called a ball.
3-1 pitch is a ball, and it's called a ball. Well, that's the other trouble with bouncing up out of a stance is sometimes you mess up the view of the umpire. So a walk puts runners at first and second, and before Moreno bats, let's pause for station ID on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Fastball for a strike, actually a changeup to Moreno, and I do not like this guy hitting in this situation. He's hitting .404 since the 13th of May on the road, and that's the best record in all of baseball, and they're on the road. And he's got a one-strike count, and it's 1-1 now, and you said, John, 2 of those pitches were strikes?
Yeah, they were to Perdomo, and neither got a challenge.
Well, that's too bad. Trying to irritate me again?
I can tell you're irritated.
Well, I can get unirritated with one good pitch from Michael McGreevy here. Well, maybe 2. It's 2-0 Cardinals. We're in the top of the third inning. McGreevy facing Moreno. Dangerous at the plate. Sweeper is low. He's been able to lay off of that sweeper pretty well. 2-1 the count. On deck.